Hey guys, it's Steven here. Welcome back to another video, and I wanted to try something a little bit different today. I wanted to look at the future of Manchester City Football Club. I'm going to try and run through some players who I think could step into the shoes of some of the stars that Pep Guardiola already has if we need them in the future. Before I do that, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video though, NordPass. NordPass is a new generation password manager where simplicity meets security. It's brought to you by the cybersecurity experts who built NordVPN, the advanced online security and privacy app trusted by more than 40 million users worldwide. And you can join now as well by heading to nordpass.com/esteemed company. You get 2 years plus 1 month free on the premium plan, and you can get up to 50% off that deal. And there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if it's not for you, no problem. Now, you may be thinking, what is a password manager? It's essentially what it sounds. It manages your passwords. It protects your personal login details. It's fantastic. And with NordPass, you can store all your passwords in one place with no need to memorize all of them. You can access all your logins with one master password. Personally, this has been incredibly useful because my wife, the amount of times she asked me, what's the Netflix password? What's the password for this? And I have to constantly remind it. And in this instance, I can share them, as you can see on screen, by simply clicking the share within the app and sending it via email. It's absolutely wonderful. You don't have to constantly try and remember them. You don't have to send them via messenger services, putting them at risk. And also as well, it has loads of other little features. You can log in faster using NordPass's autofill feature. You can also generate secure passwords. The more complex the password, of course, the better. That is always the thing to consider there. And you can shop and browse faster in general. NordPass saves and secures your credit card details for shopping online. And do not worry, they encrypt all their vault data locally, so you can only see and manage your passwords, and NordPass employees can't access them at all. And I personally found out the hard way as well with my passwords, and even Premier League clubs have. You know what I'm on about there. Do not be lax with your password data. It's absolutely imperative. Anyway, you can get the deal on nordpass.com/esteemed company. Get 2 years plus 1 month free right now and that 30-day money back guarantee. Go to nordpass.com/esteemed company. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the potential future of Manchester City Football Club. Of course, we have a fantastic academy. The City Football Group has been bearing fruit in Phil Foden, a wonderful player who's going to the very top. And it just so happens that there's a whole bunch of more academy players who could step into the shoes of some of those senior players. We've got a whole bunch of players now who are over 30 or getting on a little bit. So I thought I'd look at the players that potentially could essentially be their heir apparent at the club. Now, of course, not every single one of these players will make it. I'm aware of all the caveats. That doesn't mean it isn't fun to look at the very good talent that we've got coming through. And I've suggested as well the odd player here and there that maybe one day they could replace. It doesn't mean they will do. Doesn't mean I want them to. It's just an example, if that makes sense. And I'm going to start with the most obvious one straight away. Well, McAtee, the Salford Silver, he could, of course, replace someone like 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐽𝐿𝐴, who's getting on a little bit. James McAtee, what more can we say about him? A fantastically gifted local lad, a wonderfully talented, mesmeric footballer who styles himself from David Silva, but with an added goal threat, an added, of course, level of clinicalness in the box. James McAtee has been playing this season more or less as a 9 for the academy. He hasn't, but he's got so many goals he may as well. He's scored over 20 goals for the DS. And it comes from his exceptional technique. He has that la pausa, that Spanish attribute of just calming down on the ball, knowing exactly what to do with it. And of course, we all know he's got such fantastic footwork. Recently, of course, signed a new contract to Manchester City and already around the first team. McAtee could be the potential replacement like someone like 𝐿𝐴𝐽𝐿𝐴 in the future. It'll be a long time in the process to get there, but I love the idea of McAtee learning from the likes of De Bruyne, Bernardo, Gundogan, and one day stepping into those shoes because he has all the ability in the world. Next on this list is Liam Delap, and well, I guess technically no one. No one could be replaced for Delap to come into this squad. Now, of course, his future very much does depend on Alvarez and maybe the potential signing of someone like Erling Haaland. But Delap is a fantastic striker. I hand on heart believe that Liam Delap is going to the very top of football either way here. I hope it's in Manchester City, but I believe someone with that much physicality, that much drive, that much focus, and that natural instinct in front of goal, there's only one way it's going, and it's to the top. I hope it's with Man City, because I do believe something about him is so unique to what Manchester City doesn't have. We don't have a bulldozing, rampaging, physical, old-fashioned English number 9, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. Liam Delap clearly is a wonderful young talent. I think Guardiola really rates, and I do think if we don't sign Haaland in the summer and don't get another striking target, why not use Alvarez and Delap as the options? I really do believe he has that potential, and I don't think I'm exaggerating here. He's a fantastic player, and one we know has an eye for goal. The next one for me is a guy who's already in the first team, Cole Palmer. For me, this guy, I guess if we're looking at who could place for one day, it could be Riyad Mahrez. Now, I've always said that Cole Palmer, even when he was playing in the middle for Manchester City, when Guardiola put him as a false 9 or a false 8, basically, a false something, false that, I've always felt that his future was going to be on the right, because essentially he is, well, a mini Mahrez. I say mini Mahrez. He's taller than Mahrez. He's lankier, definitely, but he's taller. I've always felt like Cole Palmer just plays almost identical to Riyad, and I really love that style to his game, the way that he gracefully glides past people, probably as well with a faster turn of pace from acceleration. That's what Cole Palmer has. We've seen clips as well of him training, putting senior defenders down on their arse. John Stones made a fool of John Stones in training, and I'm sure he does that to everyone, because that's how skillful he is. Elegant, graceful, a fantastic goal scorer, a great touch, a great eye for a pass, and already one that Guardiola clearly rates. I think Cole Palmer could be the future Mahrez replacement, and maybe even as well, another shout, Kike could be it. You know, Kike is a fantastically gifted young player who's come in with a big reputation, and he's started to do really good things at the EDS now. Brazilian, of course, loads of tricks, loads of skill, and he could be an alternative as well at some point in the future. For me, we have two potential Fernandinho replacements. It could be Tommy Doyle. It could be Romeo Lavia. Now, of course, it may be difficult for Doyle because he has gone on loan. Of course, one loan didn't go too well at Hamburg, and he's doing well at Cardiff. And a lot of things have to move around for Doyle to get this chance. But stranger things have happened in football than something like this. City, of course, have a lot of love for Tommy Doyle, given his Manchester City connections. So I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility to consider him having another year maybe out on loan, and City deciding actually to bring him back in a year and a half from now or something like that. So he's got a chance, but the biggest chance to replace Fernandinho out of any of these two is probably Romeo Lavia, a man who has already won awards for the academy, a fantastic, gifted young leader as a number 6, elegant, graceful on the ball. He's probably got a little bit of kicking on to do. I feel like this season hasn't been quite as good as last season, but Lavia is still highly rated at Manchester City, and I know Guardiola rates him too. He's got all the attributes for a modern number 6. He's intelligent, he's strong, not the biggest, but he's definitely strong, and he has a good turn of pace and an excellent passing range as well. Lavia is the kind of guy that once again will go to the top. Hopefully it's Manchester City, you never know, but Lavia as a Fernandinho replacement next season, I wouldn't complain. One guy as well who could potentially make it through to the first team one day is someone like 𝐿𝐼𝐸. Now, who could he replace? I don't know. It could be that Jesus is a winger. Maybe he leaves. Maybe Sterling wants to leave. Maybe Mahrez does. He could be one day a long-term replacement for one of these. Guardiola definitely likes 𝐿𝐼𝐸. We know because, of course, he played him. He played him in all the preseason games. He was probably going to play as well more this season. He even referenced as well as 𝐿𝐼𝐸 is one of the only players in the first team squad that can carry the ball 40 yards, which was a trait that he has because of that pace and that wiry brilliance as a winger. And I like 𝐿𝐼𝐸, mainly because he's an old-fashioned winger and because he's effective. And there's something to be said for a guy who can keep running at players and eventually will beat them and create space, create numerical advantages. That's the good thing about a winger. They beat a man to take one out of the game, to draw someone in, to create space. And that's what people like 𝐿𝐼𝐸 are very good at. I'm not saying he's the most fluid player in the world. Actually, he's better technically than some people give him credit for, 𝐿𝐼𝐸. But you never know. A little bit of luck, and he could be the potential long-term replacement if we need a winger. Say if someone like Sterling, Mahrez, Jesus leaves. Who knows? Next on this list is Joshua wilson-esbrand, another recent contract signee. And when you talk about potential squad replacements, well, I guess it could be for someone like Zinchenko if he decides one day that he wants to move on. He might not do, but you never know. But wilson-esbrand, I really like wilson-esbrand. It's going to be very difficult to get in the first team squad, but he's already impressed when he's been involved and when he made his debut, of course, as well. He's just a traditional complete modern fullback, and what I mean by that is he has a good turn of pace. He obviously is better going forward than he is defensively, if that's your modern fullback for you. He can cross, he can get assists, he can beat people, but he isn't exactly lacking in physicality and frame as well. He definitely can improve defensively, but look what Zinchenko, how he improved to become a fullback when he wasn't that at all, and he was usually pretty bad defensively. He's improved loads, and there's no reason why wilson-esbrand couldn't work on that side of his game too. He already has that attacking influence, and it'd be nice to see a left-footed left-back essentially potentially on that side bombarding forward, wouldn't it? He could be the one day to step into those left-back shoes. In terms of centre-backs, maybe we need a replacement because 𝐿𝐴 wants to go, or Laporte or Stones does one day. And in this instance, you've got a whole plethora of names here. I'll go for 𝐿𝐴 first. And 𝐿𝐴 is a guy, in me, that he's just a mini Vincent Kompany. I really love 𝐿𝐴. I think he's strong, he's powerful, good turn of pace, left-footed as well, which definitely does play into his hands. It's always nice to have that balance. And if you can develop a pinged left foot long pass, Guardiola will love him. That physicality, that strength, that Vincent Kompany-esque focus to his game. He genuinely models himself in Vinny. He could go an awful long way. Likewise, we all know about 𝐿𝐴 Bellis, now actually under 21 captain for England, which is really impressive. A decent loan, obviously, last season. I think it was a Blackburn, wasn't it? I've forgotten. Is it Blackburn? I think it was. Then he had a semi-decent loan at Anderlecht, then lost his place in the team and went to Stoke, where he's playing regularly now. 𝐿𝐴 Bellis, it's going to be a long way for him to get into the first team at Manchester City, but don't say no until we definitely know it's a no. Either way, we know what he is about. He's strong, he's physical, he's intelligent, he reads the game well. A long way to go to get into City's first team, and he might never make it, but I'm not going to rule him out. There's also Callum Doyle as well. For me, this guy possibly has the biggest chance, even though he's away from the club on loan. He joined Sunderland at 17 years old, and he's had a really interesting season, a character-building season. He started off brilliantly, and all the Sunderland fans were saying that he's going to play for England one day. Brilliant, impressive, powerful, driving forward. He looked like Laporte when Laporte joined, but he was bulldozing forward and pinging passes and all that kind of stuff. And he's already absolutely massive despite only just recently turning 18. He's like 6'4", built like the proverbial brick wall, and he's fantastic. He's maybe a year or two away from it, but I think he's got a chance potentially if someone rocks the boat. And of course, someone like Finlay Burns, who's done really well, another recent contract signee as well, an intelligent, elegant defender who reminds me a little bit of John Stones. He could be a potential 𝐿𝐴, Laporte, someone like that replacement. We've even got potential goalkeeper replacements one day. James Trafford, to me, I really like him. Full of confidence, cocksure keeper, but I like that. He very much has an Ederson style to his game. Really, really confident. He went on loan to Bolton, and he's done fantastically well there. They love him over at Bolton. He's kept a few clean sheets, and they've done really, really well. And he's a guy who maybe one day someone like Zach Steffen decides he wants first team football. He could be the one maybe to step in potentially. He could have that kind of like mesmeric rise. And he has everything to his game. He's very much a modern Manchester City goalkeeper. We've also got Gavin Bazunu, the Republic of Ireland #1, who's doing fantastic things out on loan as well. Absolutely insane shot stopper, Gavin Bazunu. He's improved with his feet too. Has he quite got the level yet to be a Manchester City goalkeeper with his feet post Ederson? I don't know. But what I do know is that if we needed either Trafford or Bazunu, I'm almost certain he wouldn't let us down. They're fantastic. And that's where I'm going to for now. There's loads more. The likes of Egan Riley, a very good squad player. I don't really see a long-term future at Manchester City for him. Not because he's not very good, mainly because, as Guardiola said, he's a 7 out of 10 in many things, but I think sometimes you have to be a 9 out of 10 in one area. And I don't think he's quite got the pace to be a Walker replacement, or the attacking chops to be like a Cancelo replacement. I think you have to have that if you're going to play as a fullback. Good centre-back, though. Really good centre-back, and you'll have a great career somewhere. Could prove me wrong, of course. And then there's loads of under-18s, which I'm not fully going to get into, but keep your eye on the likes of Carlos Borges, a fantastically gifted winger. Abude as well is really good, and many, many more. Kian Brecken I really like as well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Big love to all the patrons currently scrolling, got at the bottom of the screen, and my YouTube members, a new updated board down there. And don't forget, nordpass.com/esteemed company for that offer. 2 years plus 1 month free, and you can get up to 52% off and that 30-day money back guarantee. Look after your passwords. It's absolutely worth it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to all the names at the bottom. YouTube members, youtube.com/esteemed company/join, or patreon.com/esteemed company. You're all absolutely awesome. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in a bit.